Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, at 14:33, and today we have our Day 2 outlook to look at for tomorrow. So, pardon me as I may get interrupted by a flood warning from Sterling, so please be mindful that could be a possibility for tomorrow, so don't mind that. But anyway, here we go. Tomorrow's outlook, as you can see, we have an enhanced risk that encompasses parts of Minnesota. Much of Wisconsin is under it, as well as parts of Illinois, Indiana, and up into Michigan have an enhanced risk. We have a slight risk that extends from Minnesota through Wisconsin, over through Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and down into Missouri. We also have going up into a little bit of Wisconsin, and just a teeny tiny little bit of Iowa having that slight risk as well. We do also have this marginal risk that extends here from North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, going over into New York State, as well as Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, a little bit of Ohio, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, going out into Arkansas, going into a little bit of Oklahoma, and then Texas. And it goes back up into Missouri through Illinois, and then Iowa, and then back up into South and North Dakotas as well. So we have a very busy day tomorrow. So we have Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Madison, and Grand Rapids under a enhanced. Detroit, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and Minneapolis under slight. And Memphis, Nashville, Raleigh, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh under a marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for tomorrow's tornado risk. Oh boy. Tomorrow we got a 10% hatched area for Wisconsin. And, yep. So Wisconsin has the 10% hatched. 5% is extending from Minnesota through Wisconsin over into Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, and down into Missouri, as well as just a teeny tiny bit of Iowa having that 5%. And then that 2% we have going from North Dakota, South Dakota, over into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, going over into Oklahoma and Texas, going up through Missouri, Illinois, and back through Iowa, South Dakota, and North Dakota. So yes, we do have those areas having some tornado threat for tomorrow. So we do have Milwaukee, Madison, Racine, Appleton, and Waukesha under the significant severe, as well as the 10% hatched. We have Chicago, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Toledo, and Cincinnati under the 5%, and Detroit, Columbus, Memphis, Nashville, and Cleveland under the 2%. So we have a very busy day today, tomorrow for tornado-wise. So for the 10% hatch, we could see a good EF3 tornado possible. So please be mindful that EF3 tornado could be possible in the 10% hatched area. 5% we could see a EF1 to EF2 tornado possible. And 2% you could see a brief EF0, maybe an EF1 tornado possible. So yes, we are, especially up here, we are forecasting some strong tornadoes possible tomorrow. So please be mindful that that may be possible for your area tomorrow. Going into the damaging wind threat, we have a 30% for parts of Minnesota, but much of Wisconsin has it, as well as parts of Illinois, Indiana, going up into Michigan. For the 15%, we have a from Minnesota through Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, and a little bit of Missouri having it as well. Just a teeny tiny little bit of Iowa also having it as well. And then we also do have the 5% that extends from North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, going into New York State, Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, and then Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas, going back through Missouri into Illinois, and then into a little bit of Iowa, back up into South Dakota and North Dakota. So we do have a busy day for the wind threat for tomorrow. So We have Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Madison, and Grand Rapids under the 30%. Detroit, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and Minneapolis under the 15%. And Memphis, Nashville, Raleigh, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh having the 5%. So that definitely does mean, and wow, there's the reset already. So that means that 30% we could see 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts could be possible in the 30% area. 15% you could see 60 to 75 miles per hour wind gusts possible, and 5% you could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So please be mindful that could be a possibility for tomorrow. Moving on to the hail risk for tomorrow, we have a 30% hatched for parts of Minnesota, but mainly for Wisconsin, but parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan under the 30% hatched hail threat. 15% hatched. We have parts of Minnesota that it appears going through into Illinois, Indiana, going into a little bit of Missouri and Kentucky. We have the 15% normal that is for parts of Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, going back through Minnesota. So we do have that area, and Wisconsin as well also has a 15% normal. 5% we have parts of South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and then going over into New York State, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, even a little bit of North Carolina even has it. I think I skipped that the entire way. So, wow, I can't believe that. And then Tennessee, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas, going back through Missouri up into Illinois, having a little bit of Iowa involved in it, and then back into South Dakota and North Dakota. So we do have a very busy hail threat for tomorrow. So we have Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and St. Paul having the significant severe. Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Madison, and Grand Rapids under the 30% hatched. Detroit, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and Minneapolis under the 15%. And Memphis, Nashville, Raleigh, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh under the 5%. So for the 30% hatched, you could see 2 to 4 inch hail possible tomorrow. 15% hatched, you could see 1 to 3.5 inch hail possible. 15% normal, you could see 1 to 3 inch hail possible. And 5% you could see 1 to 2 inch hail possible. So please be mindful wherever you may be. You have a hail threat for tomorrow. And yes, parts of North Carolina also has that wind risk as well. So I do apologize for skipping out North Carolina. So, summary for tomorrow does say, severe thunderstorms are expected across parts of the upper Mississippi River Valley and Great Lakes region Thursday afternoon and evening. The primary risk is with this activity is large to very large hail, tornadoes, a couple may be strong, like we said earlier, and scattered wind damage. So there you have it. There's tomorrow's day 2 outlook, so I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe tomorrow. There's tomorrow's hail risk. There's tomorrow's wind risk. There's tomorrow's tornado risk. And there's tomorrow's day 2 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. Make sure you have multiple ways of getting severe weather alerts, whether that would be NOAA Weather Radio, your cell phone, your television outlets, internet source, whatever you use to get alerts. And make sure you have a way of getting woken up, because there is a chance that this may go into the overnight hours. So make sure you have a way of getting woken up overnight for any severe weather alerts. But anyway, take today to prepare for tomorrow. Stay safe tomorrow. And we will be going over this day 2 outlook, tomorrow morning. When it becomes day 1, we will be going over this outlook one more time. But anyway, hope you stay weather aware and stay safe. Take care, everybody.